Producer official Emery Fourie works with drivers of cash-in-transit vehicles who are affiliated to the Motor Transport Workers Union. She's here to talk about some of the issues and challenges members are still facing. Thanks for your time, Emily. Appreciate it. So just tell us about what exactly is happening on the ground. We've heard from the National Police Commissioner that things are getting out of hand, that the robbers are changing their tactics. So how bad is it for drivers?
Shahan, we haven't really noticed a change in modus operandi. It's pretty much the same, the bombing of the vehicles and obviously the cross-pavement attacks. Now, there's been an increase in the deaths on the cross-in-pavement attacks, and that we lay solely the blame at that of the employers. Yeah. There's not enough manpower on the vehicles. We've seen the larger companies that do have 3 and 4 crewmen on the vehicle with high caliber rifles, that they do far better than the ones where they only send out a driver and 1 crewman. It's absolutely unacceptable. You know, we had a protest march last year, and Parliament invited the unions to give presentations, and then we had great response. In fact, in the Limpopo area where most of the attacks were occurring, they managed to arrest a large number of the main kingpins, and then it seemed to ease off, and we thought, well, that is it, particularly during the December period, because that's normally when most of the attacks take place. But we've seen now, as you've seen the figures, since January, we've had at least 35 attacks, and they're becoming more and more violent. Yeah. They, you know, before they would attack the vehicle or get the crew first out of the vehicle and then bomb it. Not anymore. They go to kill. I just saw a horrific video footage now before I came here of one of our members lying on the pavement, dying with a bullet hole in his head. It's absolutely disgusting. And the employers can do more. They can do it. They need to put more manpower on the vehicles, show more aggression, change the design of the vehicles, because obviously the robbers have seen that it's easy to bomb the vehicle and get hold of the cash. So in other words, their vault designs are not up to standard. Yeah. And in fact, we've declared a dispute. It is in process with our legal department, and we've cited all 3 big companies to say you can do more. The other issue that we have is that every time there's an attack, those that are fortunate enough not to have been injured or killed, they then suspended on suspicion of having been involved without any proper, the companies not having evidence but just jumping to conclusions. Yeah. So they suffer all round. The other issue...
With or without pay?
With pay, but still, you know, you humiliated, you sit at home and you're a suspect. The other issue that we have found that some of the companies, instead of putting qualified trained vehicle guards on the vehicles that's registered with the bargaining council, they draw them from the guarding division. They paid about 1/3 of the salary of those that are properly trained and should be on the vehicles. Yeah. And in fact, it's illegal what they are doing. And when that member is killed, the benefits to their family, not that that's not the most important issue, I mean, but the fact of the matter is that the families suffer because now the benefits are paid out at guarding rates.
So what are the rules regulating this industry that are not currently being enforced, and who do you get to intervene outside of the employers themselves?
Well, the problem is that there's so many departments that oversee this. You've got the Governor of the Reserve Bank. They're involved. He's responsible for the movement of cash in South Africa. Then you've got the Minister of Safety and Security, because all these employees must be registered with SERA. Then you have the Department of Labour. Then you have the Department of Transport, because they could, in fact, I spoke to Minister Fikile Mbalula 2 weeks ago at a summit, and I said to him, can you not assist us and legislate on the design of these vehicles? A lot of them don't have air conditioners, so you've got a driver sitting in there cooking all day. We have, and you know, we as the union can also just do so much. In courts, there's a lengthy process, and in the meantime, people are dying. There's a bargaining council that legislates the conditions of employment, you know, that's wages, hours of work. But somehow the parties need to get together. When we went before Parliament last year, the employers gave wonderful presentations and said, oh, they will have helicopters around the scenes and all of that. We've not seen one. Yeah. And we've had 35 attacks, or we see 45. I know of 35, 21 in Gauteng. And it's not just in one area, it spreads throughout South Africa. But it is totally out of hand, and we are really, really extremely frustrated. Hence, we have now again declared disputes, and we will go to the law and see what we can do. Yeah, but the employers can definitely do a lot more than they are doing. They're totally to blame as well.
Thank you so much for your time and your insight.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. That was
Thanks,
Emily
Shahan.
Fourie from FEDUSA.